I'm Robyn Urback. I'm here with my colleague Jessie Kline, and we are at 180 Smoke in downtown Toronto talking about e-cigarettes. So Jessie, what happened with e-cigarettes this week?
Well, the Ontario government introduced a new piece of legislation which, if passed, would treat electronic cigarettes more like real cigarettes by preventing the places that people can use them and preventing some businesses from selling them and advertising the product.
That's pretty dumb, isn't it, Jessie?
It is.
Okay, so here we are with Ash, who's going to tell us a little bit more about e-cigarettes. Okay, so can you actually show us an e-cigarette, kind of show us how it works?
Each e-cigarette, regardless of what it looks like, what size it is, what type it is, what color it is, it has three components. It's got a battery in it, it's got a tank, and the tank has an atomizer inside that vaporizes the liquid. And you put them together, and to activate the device, either you puff in some cases, and in most cases you press a button so that it turns the color, and then you just vape.
Now, so it looks like you're smoking, but there's no actual smoke coming out of here or secondhand smoke.
No, it's flavored vapor with a couple other ingredients like vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, and very trace amount of nicotine if present, which it isn't in this case.
Now, one of your business partners is a heart surgeon, is that right?
That's correct.
Can you tell us how you convinced him to get involved in this business?
In 2012, when my business partner Boris had lost his dad, I had lost a cousin. We had tried looking at other electronic cigarettes that were not fulfilling the need. So we went to Dr. Gopal Bhatnagar, who's a heart surgeon, and at that point was the chief of staff. The first meeting, he laughed at it, and he says, "Are you joking with me?" Because the word said the word cigarette. And then we presented some literature to him, gave him some more material. He did 6 months of research, and he came back and he came with a check, and he says, "I want to fund your operation. I want to help you guys out."
Now, the new legislation that the Ontario government just introduced, do you have a sense about how that will affect your business?
Before even talking about how it affects my business, it's more about how it affects the perception among the customers, which is the smokers. I find many of our customers, or many people I talk on the streets after the legislation, they believe that e-cigarettes are almost the same as tobacco cigarettes, and this has caused people to not understand the differences. It sent a message of equivalence, and on top of that, what they're doing is that they're using words that are creating fear among people. They're not understanding that if you make them less appealing, less people will switch. So even if the ones who already got converted will continue vaping, but the rest of our population, 6 million, 7 million people across the country will continue smoking, or most of them will.
But in terms of your actual business, will it prevent you from displaying electronic cigarettes like we see in the store?
You have to cover up your sign.
Yeah, as per this is a vape shop. This whole purpose is to help smokers, and according to the legislation right now, we must. And I'm saddened that they introduced a legislation before even talking to any of us, talking to any vapors. And if they did consult with us or even thought about us, we would know, because they would have set a little exception saying except for vape shops, for example. But they didn't. Very disappointing. It is going to make it very difficult to talk to customers. It's going to make it very difficult for customers to decide what products they want.